Yo, what's going on, guys? CultofMush back at it with another video. I want to cover some news in this video, namely a lot of stuff coming out of CES and a very interesting article that the guy that created Steam Spy whipped up. First of all, let's talk about CES. I'm sure most of you guys have already heard what's been going on there, but if not, let me cover that really quickly. We did see a new Mass Effect Andromeda trailer, which was pretty cool. That game has an official release date of March 21st. Very excited for that game. Mass Effect has been one of my favorite gaming franchises in the last decade or so. I just love the games. I've played through all three of them at this point, and I know some people hate on the third game for the poor ending, and I'm definitely in agreement with those people, but still, the trilogy as a whole I thought was very strong. At this point, Mass Effect, the first game, hasn't aged all too well. The gameplay in that game is just very dated, but Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3 I think are still both stellar games. And for those of you that haven't played the Mass Effect trilogy, those games go on sale all the time. I cover them in my weekly deals from time to time when they are on sale. Pick them up when you find a good deal on them. You won't be disappointed, and then you'll be hyped for Andromeda like I am. By the way, Andromeda is taking the franchise to an open world. That's been something that's been going on a lot this generation. You've had games like Metal Gear Solid 5, where Metal Gear traditionally was a linear game, but now it's open world. Mirror's Edge Catalyst was another game like that. Homefront The Revolution, for those of you guys that know that. And Mass Effect Andromeda is the latest one, so very excited for that game. Like I said, there was a new trailer, so check that out if you haven't. The majority of the PC hardware news, however, comes from AMD. They've revealed a bunch of their Ryzen motherboards, and I just think that's a fantastic name for CPUs. And Ryzen sounds really badass. I think Ryzen is a lot cooler than like Bulldozer, although that was pretty cool too. CustomPCReview.com has an article up looking at a bunch of the different motherboards, and these motherboards look awesome. Now, I'm sure these are some of the higher end boards, but they look very aesthetically pleasing. So if you're looking to pick up a motherboard alongside one of the new CPUs, definitely check that article out. Some cool stuff there. They also had a presentation with their new AMD Vega GPUs. These are going to be their higher end GPUs. AMD has been really focusing on the mid and lower end GPUs last year. You had the RX 480, the RX 470, but now they're also going to be releasing a higher end GPU to compete with the higher end Nvidia cards, and that's something to be expected. I am happy that AMD took a year to focus on lower end video cards, but at this point, those GPUs have been established. They are great video cards, and now they can go back and focus on higher end GPUs. Considering at this point, the 1070 and 1080 have really plateaued in popularity, and the 1070 and 1080 are still at the same price point. Who knows when Vega is actually gonna be released, but it is exciting nonetheless. Finally, I want to talk about a very interesting article from Sergey Galinick. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, I probably did. He's the guy that made Steam Spy. That's a very interesting website in its own right. Pretty much tracks how many people own specific Steam games. Just a good way to check how games are selling, how many people own said game. And he has a very in-depth article in Steam sales overall in 2016. I highly recommend you guys to check this out. I know a lot of you guys aren't interested in stuff like this, but this gives you a good idea of how well PC gaming is really doing. He's got the list of the top 25 games by new owners. Number 1 is Counter-Strike Global Offensive, which had a whopping 6.7 million new owners with an estimated revenue of $67 million. CSGO is just insane. Games like that are why Valve doesn't have to worry about creating new games. They are still raking in the bank from that. Number 2 was Rocket League with 2.6 million new owners with an estimated revenue of almost 33 million. Number 3, Gary's Mod at 2.3 million. Number 4, Grand Theft Auto 5 at 2.3 million. Stardew Valley, very happy to see that at just under 2 million with an estimated revenue of $24 million. That was a game that was developed by one dude. Happy for that guy. He created an awesome game. I've always talked about Stardew Valley. That's a great game. Number 6 was Payday 2. I'm surprised people are still super into this game. Number 7 was Ark Survival Evolved. Not too surprising there. That game is huge. Number 8 is Doom. Good to see that there. Number 9 is Sid Meier Civilization 5. Number 10 is Dead by Daylight. Number 11, Civilization 6. 12 is Undertale. 13, Witcher 3 still trucking along. 14 is Rust. 15 is Dark Souls 3. 16 is Rise of the Tomb Raider. 17, Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. 18, Fallout 4. 19, Terraria. 20, Cities Skyline. 21, XCOM 2. 22, Tom Clancy's The Division. 23, Rainbow Six Siege. I think that's a bit higher because that was bundled in with a lot of video cards. Number 24 is Total War Warhammer, and then finally 25 is The Forest. The Forest was the lowest on that list, and that still had 966,000 new owners, and everything from 24 and up had over 1 million new owners, so that's very nice to see. Steam raking in a lot of cash. And I'll leave the link to the article down below. It has top 10 games of every month and how they sold, estimated revenue. So yeah, just a very interesting article and gives you a good idea of how games are selling on Steam. So that's gonna wrap up this video, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Are you excited for Mass Effect Andromeda? What about all of the hardware from AMD? And what do you think about how Steam games are selling? Are you surprised by it? Do you think it's a bit underwhelming? I don't think it's underwhelming at all. They're making a ton of money. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.